This is the third video of how to start up course. So if you have not looked at the other videos, please look at the playlist. Okay, so the title for this video is how to get startup ideas. So some general principles. First one, 90% good ideas are discovered, not invented. So what I mean by that is your job as an entrepreneur is to discover new ideas, like new needs or needs which are already there but not being fulfilled. Your job is not to come up with imaginative, innovative ideas, though there is a space for such kind of ideas, example being TikTok, Snapchat, etc. But 90% of the ideas that I have seen are based on need which is very real of the customer here and now, right? So your job is not to uh, sit in a room and imagine different ideas, or see from a movie a sci-fi looking idea, or book, etc. Your job is very simple, just to identify what is their need in the market. Second, I'll say, do something which is very critical or important to the customer. Don't do something which is just of not too much importance for the customer. So this is one of the biggest pitfalls of startups, that they do something which is not very important for the customers, right? So 80% of startups fail because they don't even find a problem which is worth solving, which is important for the customers. So whatever idea you have, think that it should be, just think from this perspective. And third is mindset shift from a problem solver to a problem identifier. This I have seen that because of our education, we only are naturally inclined to solve any problem. So if I give you an idea, you will tell me how you will create it, how will you market it, how you will sell it. You will never question the idea itself, right? Because we are not taught this in schools, in colleges. We have given problems, we solve it, right? But that sort of creates a pitfall where you jump too much early into the problem and you create the whole product, and then after 6 months when you try to sell to the customer, they don't take it. So don't sort of jump into it. Just first identify a good problem, understand if really it exists, and then move forward. Okay, so this is a very nice graph which will give us a way to find new ideas, right? So this and another slide I will tell you two perspectives. So first is importance versus satisfaction. So you can see importance on the y-axis. So here uh, the person, actually I found this to use from Dan Olson. So he says, no, not worth going. So any idea which has very low user need, right, not worth your time, right? What we talked about in the last slide, don't do something which is not of very much importance. But the ones ideas which are important, they're also segmented into two parts. One is competitive market, one is opportunity. So competitive market is something where already the need is established, the solutions are there, and people are happy with the solutions, right? So if you can, yourself understand, if people are happy with the solution, why will they need another solution? But if people are not happy with the solution, right, then there is some opportunity, but need is already established. So I'll give three examples of these opportunity ones. One is Uber, right? We know intercity transport, very important need. Every day I have to go, everyone has to go, somebody has to go to school, college, offices, etc., right? But the transport we had in India, I'm talking like a bus or auto, etc., were not very good, right? So there were a lot of problems with that, and Uber solved that, and that is a big hit. Similarly, Canva in photo editing, in slideshow, the alternative was Photoshop, which was very difficult to manage, difficult to use. So Canva created a very simpler product which anybody can use to make edit photos, and you see Canva is now top in the top 100 websites. Similar is Zoom, business video calls, very important need. So first we identified that need is important. We are not working on something which is not important to the customer. Businesses have their employees, their customer all over the world. They want to do video calls. Now the software WebEx had a lot of limitations. So I don't know exactly what were they, but there were a lot of limitations. And Zoom founder, in fact, used to work at WebEx. So he found out that because he was talking to customers, that customers were not happy, and he sensed an opportunity and created. And now Zoom is like one of the biggest software in the world, right? So find to find these opportunities, you should see online forums, people are complaining there, observe people, right? They are trying to do something important but they are facing issues, and talking to people, you can talk and understand more. But your job or your aim should be to discover some opportunity of something which is very high need and the current solutions are not adequate. Second way to find new ideas is also called blue ocean. What this means is unserved need. So difference from the first one is that here the need itself is very new, right, or vaguely defined. So new trends coming in, right, something new happening in the world, which there are not many solutions, because if the demand itself is new, then companies would have not created any solution. So some people say this is the most optimum type of ideas that startup should go after, right? Can be debated, but I think this is one of the sort of good areas. So like crowdfunding platforms, which 2007 when examples for this, when 2007 Indiegogo came, then when I first time heard about it, I was very surprised. I said what a stupid idea. But today, after 10-15 years, it is like, in crowdfunding there has been 30-40 billion dollars US dollars have been donated, right? So this is a new kind of trend, and of course need was there, but there were not many solutions. Similar is co-working spaces, which has picked up in the last 10-15 years. uh, Again, need was there was a lot of rise in entrepreneurs who were working on their ideas, small startups, some gig workers, freelancers, right? They need an office. Where will they go? And this happened in the last 10-15 years, and somebody created a product for them, a service for them, and then they are using it, right? So these are high risk high reward category, because when, say for example, Indigo came, there was no model, there were not many such startups there, so it could have failed, right? It succeeded, that's a different story. It could have failed. So in a way it's more risky, but the reward is also high, because if you don't have competition already, uh, then you can just create a good enough product and it will sell, as compared to the first one where we say, now intercity transport is our segment that we are going after, then we have to create a better solution than already existing one, right? So then it requires much more effort. So this is more on the research side, the discovery side. That is more on the product design and execution side, the first one. Finally, some common pitfalls I will leave you with, which I've seen happening, right? One is, be cautious of the buzzwords, right? AI, ML, AR, VR, these words are thrown, and a lot of startups say we are AI powered this, we are ML powered this, but does not make any uh, does not make any good impression, because you have to solve for a customer need. To a customer does not care if you use AI, ML, or you use simple logic, right? For them, what is important is their need is getting fulfilled. So have you identified that need, and have you identified why your solution is better than whatever else exists in the market? Focus on the customer need, new ideas like there, right? That's the holy grail. It's not something rocket science. You just have to understand what customers are trying to accomplish, and what the solutions which are already there are lacking, right? This is the discovery part which we talked about in the start, right? It's not anything invention you are trying to do. Of course, in the solution you can invent, you can create new things, but the need has to be understood. And the third one is ideas. Also, I would say, don't give too much importance to the ideas. Of course, choosing the segment is very important. You say you choose a segment like agriculture, is very important. Say in India, you find out that agriculture is very important field, and people are not happy if the farmers are not happy or the distributors are not happy in agriculture. Now you come up with certain ideas and then go in more details why they are not happy, what are the existing solutions, right? So don't pay too much attention or give too much attention to the idea, because idea has to evolve with the need of the customers, right? It does not have to be static, and so don't have to be too rigid about it. So yeah, that's it. Two ways: one, find an industry which is very important but the current solutions are not matching, and second, find something new trends which are very important for the customers or a set of customers, but not many solutions exist. So yeah, this is it. In the next video we will see how we can validate the ideas that we have chosen. Thanks.